Alright, the winners semi-final. If you win this, you go all the way to winners final, which will get you a top 3 finish here. So this is actually quite an important series. Will get you much further in the bracket. You know, winning in the upper bracket is just a cheat code to getting far into the tournament. A shot coming out from the 3Dudens, just slightly wide right here, going for that backboard, does get the read but saved out by air. Evie able to push this one forward as well. Big pinch coming out from what are these names? I think it's GMB. Yeah, that was GMB. Rye now. He's looked pretty mechanical, I have to say. Rye, I have to compliment his mechanics because he looks to be consistently threatening with just his individual skill here. Looking for a lot of solo plays, and they have been effective to say the least. Rossi slightly awkward here, forced to opt out for the 50. Here, decent attempt. Oh, Ayer there misread the situation completely, and Rye subsequently scores. Thought the ball was low enough for it to be on target, and he ends up just flying into his own goal. Flies onto the backboard, the ball does, and then a good read there from Rye. Also trying to push this one forward. Good pinch by Ayer to get it out. Good clearance from Evie. Rye now pushing this one forward. Rossi there. Difficult to deal with. Why are they just numbers? This is so confusing. Why is everyone just numbers? What's going on? Okay, now it seems to be. No, it's not normal. They're still numbers. Why are people just numbers on my screen? I'm so confused. Here, big whiff coming out, but the shot wasn't quite on target from the 3Dudens. Cezanne touches it over to the side. Ayer there gets challenged by Rossi. Big clear from Cezanne. Dudens unable to really get it far out there. Rossi able to get it to the side. Slightly bad communication there. Yeah, just passing it to the side, and oh, a shot comes out from Rossi Saucy. And it will be another lead here for the 3Dudens. Look at that mechanical play from GMB. Cezanne not quite reading it again, and that seems to be a big issue here, is the backboard now for these 2 goals for Amigos. Backboard has been a consistent problem in game 1 so far. But as I was saying, it looks to be a bit miscommunication when you're passing to the sidewall to your teammate on whether, you know, the player on the ball is just gonna put it there to pinch it, or whether he's actually putting it there to pass it. And that kind of stuff happens all the time, so it's all about communicating it before it actually happens, so that there's no real confusion. Rossi with an okay touch, should be able to get a dunk. No, not quite. Decent touch from Ayer, able to get it off to Evie. Sends it back to Ayer again, but a lot of pressure coming out from the Dudens. Rossi tried to go for a bit of a low 50 there, ends up going behind him. Shot coming out from Evie, not threatening whatsoever, as Rossi calmly puts it to the side here with a lot of time and space. Only Evie to beat here on the defense. Tries to go for a bumping play while spinning it mid, but didn't quite get the connection on the player that was required. Ayer now on the counter-attack, smacks it onto the backboard. Is a player there to shoot? Oh, he was, but not quite on target, and again, the same story for Evie. It's a good slowdown there from the 3Dudens. Kind of forcing people to challenge on low boost. And because they're desperate for a goal here, the Amigos. And you can see it in their turn when the play seems to slow down from the 3Dudens. Here, a pass down mid, and it's another miss from Cezanne, and then a shot and another miss from the 3Dudens, and another save coming out now from Rossi Saucy. Another shot saved again by Rossi, and the defense is holding strong, but there's also a couple offensive mishaps here, to say the least, for Amigos, so they're kind of getting away with it a little bit. A banging shot from Rossi will hit the crossbar. And with that goal, they would have definitely secured this game. 40 seconds remaining now. And Amigos still within one. They just have to make one good opportunity to tie things up. Rossi able to get this one to the side, but still in his own half, so definitely still in a risky position. Osazon gets a touch, and there's a double commit, but nobody really there to capitalize on the double commit from the 3Dudens. Another shot comes through, another save from Rai. It's been a pretty interesting match, very 50-50 here, I have to say. But the biggest thing, the biggest worry here is the offense from Amigos just not clicking so far. Having a bunch of opportunities, but just not able to make it count. You look at that, 8 shots from Evie and 1 goal. The conversion rate, to say the least, is just not there right now for the Amigos. Alright, we get into game number 2. The 3Dudens on match point. It's a good kickoff there. Evie gets a shot off, but Goalie Monkey Boy in the right position to save it. Ayer able to get it past 1. Not quite able to keep control of the ball to get it past more. Evie now going for a solo play, gets the reset. Defender there. Oh, a 50 on the goal line. Saved again. This could be a quick counter-attack from the 3Dudens. Wasn't quick enough, as it got forced to the side by a ball chase challenge to make it a little bit more awkward for the 3Dudens. Subsequently, the Amigos stay alive here early on. And I can just imagine this being a 0-0 for a very long time. Here, Ayer with a decent save. Rossi going for that double tap. Oh, this is quite the misread on the ball there, whiffing it entirely. Evie down to the midfield. Ayer doesn't quite get the connection he wanted. Goalie Monkey Boy able to get a 50 here. Evie does beat his man there, only able to get it as far as an orange player, however. Ayer. Sadly awkward here for the 3Dudens, but they're able to handle it thus far. It's a good clear there from Goalie Monkey Boy, and a good demo as well from Saucy. Should open up some space, but Rai just gives it straight back to Evie. That was some good plays from 3Dudens to make it really awkward for the Amigos to defend, and then ultimately they just ended up passing it over. Unfortunate there for the 3Dudens. I really could have destroyed the defense there, basically. Big clear from Rai. Evie able to get it to Ayer. Rossi doesn't quite read the backboard on Ayer. He definitely does. Getting the double tap on target now. And now the offense, we might just see the floodgates open, as the Amigos have got their first goal here in game number 2. They did score in the last one, but after that it looked all the 3Dudens in terms of actually connecting in offense. So might just see a different game now that Amigos have struck. Rossi able to get a shot down, bar and out. Slightly just too hard shooting there from Rossi, and we've seen that earlier as well in this game, and potentially even last game, where he comes in and clangs the ball really hard, but it seems to be slightly too hard for his own good, as he just ends up hitting the crossbar over and over again. So might have to control his power a little bit more, regulate that. And if he does, then this 3Dudens team, they can really go the whole way in this tournament, really. as they've looked really, really good so far. But they are trailing against a pretty good Amigos side who before weren't quite connecting properly, and they're connecting a little bit better now. A pass down from Saison and Air. He is in position, he gets it into the bottom corner. 2-0 lead now. For sorry, I forgot their team name. Amigos. Rossi. Quite awkward here for the 3Dudens. Pushes it into his own corner, and Rossi just passes it mid. A good save by Rai, as they just ended up passing it to the opponents who were waiting, lurking in the midfield, to try to pounce, but the 3Dudens just about get away with it. Yeah, you're off to the corner. Nobody quite on time in defense. A big page from Rai and Rossi on accident in defense, off a double commit. It almost actually broke the entire defense of Amigos. And pinch coming out right to try to read. Doesn't quite have the boost to read the corner read there. Corner bounce rather. Good save by Saison. Evie able to get it forward. Saison right there. Does get beaten to the ball by Rai. Here, ball, that's actually over the last man. Saison able to strike a third goal for the team of Amigos. And it must have been a bit of an overcommitment there from the 3Dudens, as, you know, 30 seconds remaining. They had to get something off, so I can understand it. But yeah, surprising goal to go in. And 3-0 for the Amigos. Shot testing the defense of Amigos, but didn't test it enough to break it. Make clear from Air. And 10 seconds remaining. They should be done and dusted here. Saison getting a good challenge as well, and this has been a pretty good game for Amigos. Definitely revitalized offense for them, and they'll gladly go to game 3. The series decider here. Whatever team wins this match will win the series. We'll go into Champions Field. There we go. Alright, game number 3 here. Series decider between Amigos and the 3Dudens. It's been a pretty impressive showing for both teams thus far. But we do have to crown a winner between these brilliant teams. And I'm not too confident picking either team, to be honest with you. I mean, both of them have looked pretty impressive. They've had their own individual good games. First game, a pretty good game by the 3Dudens. I really liked what I saw from them. The second game, I thought the Amigos looked really good. So this is pretty hard. I think overall the team with the most shots was Amigos throughout the 2 games. So I guess it would be a decent prediction to say them. But I don't know. I've got a feeling for this 3Dudens side, and apparently that means they're going to concede. Evie able to strike one into the bottom corner. An early lead from the first minute coming out from the Amigos. Here, GMB going for that backboard, a backboard miss. Suspicious defense there from the side of Amigos, but they were able to get away with it. Here, Ayer just sniping that top corner, but it's a save coming out from Rossi off the clearance. And that's just an open net for Rai, doesn't quite get it on target. There was some defense, but there wasn't too much interception, so he probably should have scored. But yeah, the 3Dudens, they kind of get away with that. We're not gonna lie, but they're able to clinch it eventually as they tie things up. Rossi gets a decent pass off to Rai, and that should be just be an open net. Oh, doesn't quite get a good shot off, and goalie Monkey Boy able to hit it to the crossbar, but again, not quite getting the finish that they wanted. And now they're going to be low on boost. We'll have to track back a little bit and save some time for each other on the side of 3Dudens. Actually, shot coming through, and it's a good demo as well. Rai breaking the defense together with goalie Monkey Boy. A duo effort there, a demo coming in, and a good post and in shot from Rai as well. And that was an extremely quick comeback from the 3Dudens. I mean, Amigos are sort of strong in this game, getting a goal nice and early, and ever since then the defense has just not been optimal for Amigos. Contrast to the offense of 3Dudens really connecting, to say the least. Right, with a bit of time and space here, gets just bumped out of the way, savagely done by Amigos. Goes for the the single mechanical play, and then the solo mechanical play rather, and just gets savagely removed. EV getting to the corner. Actually, free ball in the midfield and nobody there. Eventually Sazon is there to shoot. Not quite enough boost from the side of the 3Dudens. And Sazon able to snatch one away. 2-2 now. Again in game number 3, an oh so tight game decider, or series decider rather, here in the winners semi-finals. Bit of a double commit there. Ayer able to get a decent challenge. Right, quick to that one. Looks like he might just have a clean counter. Nobody in defense for Amigos, and it's just a vacant lot over in the blue goal. Decent bumps coming out from a GMB as well to just slow down the defense, tracking back ever so slightly. Still enough time remaining here for Amigos to come back. They're only trailing by 1. Sazon going for a read there. What a save by Rossi, coming out of absolutely nowhere to take that one across his own goal line. Slightly awkward 50 there. Just gotta sits in the midfield and nobody really knowing what to do, and that's just a free ball. Ayer able to tie things up, and a big whiff from the defense of the 3Dudens here. Rai not making contact, teammate not in position, and just like that we're tied up yet again. A minute remaining. It's been back and forwards time and time again in this series. And it has stayed the same when it matters most. EV able to get a ball in the midfield. Sazon going for the backboard double touch. Read by Rai, able to clear it very long. Big clang from Rai. Rossi will have a hard time reading that. Ayer unable to really clear the ball properly as it stays in the blue half. EV able to finally get that hard clear, but Rai is in position, doesn't get it that far. A big pass coming out, but Rossi reads it perfectly, pre-jumps the shot coming in, and because of that we will be going into overtime. Series deciding a goal, golden goal to decide who wins. Rossi with big clearance, only one man back. Sazon able to get a good clear. A little bit awkward here from GMB in the orange corner. AV able to get this to the backboard. Oh, big whiff from Dudens, and the offense did not see it coming from the Amigos. Some slight chaos ensues. Here a free shot from Sazon, it's saved by Rossi. I thought that was going to be the breaking point for the 3Dudens, but they remain alive. A good 50 by Rossi there in the midfield, a good 50 by GMB, not quite going on target however. But definitely threatening the blue net. Here GMB with a free shot and it is on target, Rossi does steal it. And wow, just wow, what a performance by the 3Dudens. They had to come back from dire positions in this game, where they had to come clutch with amazing saves, and they were able to do so, to say the least, and able to get the W in game number 3. Progressing to the grand, not the grand final, the winners finals are the 3Dudens.